morning. All right, another tough opportunity this week. Tough opponent with Florida State. Both teams kind of similar in a lot of ways, and that we've had some tough hard-fought losses throughout our season. But all that goes out the window Saturday night. It's Clemson, Florida State. So huge game for both teams, and good football team. Obviously, a new defensive coordinator for them. They're doing some different things on that side of the ball. But, typical Florida State, bunch of guys that are big, strong, and can run. A lot of athletic, guys in the secondary, downhill guys at backer, big inside, especially at number 6. So, very multiple, similar to Duke that we just played, in that they're very aggressive and very downhill type of defense, but I'd say probably a little bit more multiple with their coverage and in and out of 3 and 4 down. And then offensively, they're the number 1 total offense in the country. So they're explosive. All starts with the quarterback scoring 40 points a game and 500-something yards a game. Gus does a great job. Obviously known Gus a long time and been against him many times. I've always had a lot of respect for how he puts it together. He's very committed to running the football. They're 8th in the country in rush offense. And anytime he's got a quarterback that's really committed to running the system, they're a problem. And, number 1 for them is a great football player. I think he's a great competitor. I thought that when he was at BC. I've just always admired his game. He's a very good thrower. I mean, he can push the ball down the field. But he's a creator. I mean, he can create explosives not only with his arm, but he can create explosives with his patience and sitting in there and holding the ball, but also with his ability to scramble and create. So they do a good job as far as the scheme and how they formation. A lot of motions, a lot of eye candy. There's going to be 7 or 8 shots. There's going to be 3 or 4 reverses. There's going to be a bunch of screens, and you kind of know what's coming, but it's hard to defend, because of how they formation it, how they put it together, and how he calls it. He's got a great feel for it. That's why he's been so successful for so long. A lot of double moves, and a bunch of special type plays, game specific plays that Gus has always done a good job with. So we got our hands full, and especially coming off the game we just played defensively, we have to play a lot better, especially when it comes to just having everybody on the same page. But we look forward to the challenge, and again, I always got good skill in the return game as well. So look forward to it this weekend. And then, just a couple other things I would touch on. One, say happy birthday to my stepdad, Larry. His birthday is today, and just very thankful for him. He's been a great grandfather to our kids. For the last, I don't know, my mom and Larry been married about probably 27 years or so, and so he's been a blessing in my life, and really a blessing for my mom. It's been awesome. So his birthday's today, so happy birthday, Larry. And then my mom's birthday is tomorrow, and she is the toughest person I know. She's amazing, and she's 81 tomorrow. So happy birthday to my sweet mama, and then also tomorrow is a really, really special day for our foundation, and just got so many people to thank. PJ and Lexi and Tracy and Prince Wimley and Robin Wilson and April Zarsty, William Luce, Fred Gilmer, C.J. Spiller, Will Henderson, Lisa Bundrick, Rich Davies, Josie Bonamy, I think I said April, Lee Powell, Ava, Abby, and so many other volunteers that help us year-round. Tomorrow's a big day. We're going to give out $1.15 million tomorrow at lunch to, I think it's 296 organizations that applied for grants. I think there were a little over 400 that applied, and then especially just want to thank Kath. I mean, she just does such a great job, and this is really a passion for her. And so it's a blessing, but all of these people and our volunteers and, we work all year. This is one of my favorite days every single year, to be able to go to this luncheon and to see so many people being served through the foundation. And literally 1.15 million will go into all these organizations just tomorrow at lunch. And that's just for the grant program. That's not, the other aspects of the foundation. So we're well, over 14 million that we've given away, and on our way to 15 and 26. So what a blessing that's been. And so tomorrow's a great day. Again, my mom's birthday, but also the foundation luncheon, and look forward to seeing everybody there tomorrow. With that, I'll take your questions.
What was Florida State kind of been struggling a little bit? What were they able to do last week against Florida State that, kind of allowed them to break through a little bit?
You mean against Wake? Yeah. They just executed at a high level and ran the ball, got the run game going. They're downhill. These backs are downhill. And again, they're 8th in the country in rushing, but they just did a great job of executing on both sides of the ball. Didn't give up some of the explosives. A couple of the explosives that Wake hit got called back. Could have affected them early, but they just got control of the game and really played a very clean game. Again, coming off an open date, you could tell they were in a good spot mentally and fresh. They again had a tough stretch. They lost 4 in a row and in some close games. I mean, games that were just a few plays. That it could have gone either way. So just played clean football.
How some of these defensive backs kind of reacted to the last few days and talking about the busts and what went wrong and kind of moving on from that?
Back to practice and everybody taking ownership, watching the tape. I mean, it's, you got to tell the truth. I mean, so I don't really care what we do as long as we got 11 guys that know what they're doing. I really don't. It's frustrating. I've been beat many times, but it's frustrating when you don't even give yourself a chance because you just don't execute the call for whatever reason. So we got to get 11 guys on the same page. I don't care if it's one call and everybody knows it. If they beat you, they beat you. But we need 11 guys on the same page. And so they've responded well. Everybody, we all know the problems internally and what we did wrong. And really it's frustrating because it's 2 games in a row. And we played good at North Carolina. We played good at Boston College from an execution standpoint. We had very few busts. And then all of a sudden we've had 2 games in a row. We've had some really big busts that create a lot of strain and a lot of frustration. So, again, it's one thing to give up some plays and people make plays. It's another thing where you got 8 guys doing what they're supposed to do. So that's a frustrating thing. Or 10. And and when you're on offense, you can punt. You can still punt. You can have a bunch of guys fall down and it's bad, but you can punt. On defense, it's a touchdown, and that's a problem. So, but you sign up, play defense. That comes with it. So we got to be better. No question about it.
Is this a week to maybe give some of the other backup safeties a look, or guys who maybe didn't play as much last few games, like a Billings or Webb or Griffin?
I think, again, Griffin played some last week. Venables played some last week. I think they played 5 safeties last week. So we just got to play better. I think, again, got the right guys. We just have had some untimely mistakes. It's not a lack of effort. We always say it's effort with the proper technique, which leads to the execution. And we just got to get those guys better. It's not just safety. It's corner too. It's linebacker. It's D tackle. It's DN. It's every single position had some critical busts in the game.
What about a guy like Noah Dixon?
Yeah, Noah's getting better. I think Noah's got a chance. He's got a chance to be a good player around here. I think he's going to start on maybe a couple special teams this week. But Noah's a redshirt freshman. He missed a lot of time, but he is a guy that I think is still not fully confident in everything. But I do think he's a guy that's going to end up being a good player here.
you announced on your radio show Elijah Thurman's out for the season.
Yeah.
Why'd you guys want to shut him down this week?
Well, we didn't want to shut him down, but it's Mother Nature. He's got to have surgery. I mean, he just wasn't able to. They were hoping that maybe he could come back, but it keeps slipping out, and so they tried to go through the protocol to get him back to play, but he just can't. He can't do what he needs to do. So we didn't want to. It's just where we are. So the positive one positive aspect of it is we will be able to save his year. So he'll be able to be a redshirt sophomore next year. So that's a positive aspect.
Shoulder?
Yeah.
You said the huddling Saturday was a response to teams maybe picking off your.
Yeah, I just felt like that was something it's just something that we talked a lot about, and just felt like, because we haven't really been playing with great tempo, and so I feel like we needed a little change in operation there. I do think there's some things we need to clean up there too, but I felt like again, with the ability of the headset and not having to have any signals at all, unless you're truly playing tempo. When you're really playing fast, it's hard for them they ain't got time to see your signal and get a signal in the game. But if you're not playing with fast tempo and you're signaling, well, you open yourself up for, that's just part of the game. It's just part of it. And again, if they know it's run or pass, they may not know exactly what, but that's an advantage. So just felt like huddling gave us a little something different.